Hey everyone, how's it going today? Happy Wednesday. We have a really cool roundtable for you this fine afternoon, or I guess we have guests with us and viewers from all over the world. Whatever time of day it is, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. We will be focusing on artists navigating the digital age, particularly in this era of pandemic, where we have been all forced to suddenly, go more digital than ever before, and utilize some really cool tools, including Haps, for example. I want to welcome everyone in the audience tuning in. Thank you so much for joining already. Bilo, Joey, Lisa, Raymond, Carrie, Liza, welcome. And we will have some time later to invite on some folks from the comments here. We have with us today a special group of artists from all over, who many are familiar faces here. Here we go. So we have with us Bobby Bicker above me, below me, take that back. C.S. Murphy beside me, Michelle Alexander, otherwise known as Native Graffiti, and the wonderful Tanya Michelle. Tanya, welcome to Haps. I believe this is your first appointment. Yeah.
You're busting my cherry right now.
Welcome. And
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
I'm loving the energy on this group. Just want to say it's amazing to be among such a talented group of artists on screen. I have no business being here except for working at Haps, but I'm happy to help shine some light on some of your amazing work and hear some of the conversations that you all are having in your communities as artists about ways to succeed in the online era as artists. I'll allow folks to introduce themselves and their crafts a bit. I will actually, let's start with Tanya. I'm going to put you on the spot since it's your first day.
On the spot, huh?
I am, and I'm just going to allow you to give an overview of kind of your background and your craft and all that.
Okay. Well, thank you for inviting me to the stage. I appreciate you. I am a newbie. I just signed up for my new channel. Bobby, the great, magnificent Bobby, taught me everything. So I'm feeling fantastic right now. Um, I am a urban street artist. I do murals and wearable art. I'm a little shy, y'all, right now because I've never been on this video like this. You got me all over the
You're
screen like this.
doing
You throw
great.
me off a little bit.
You're holding it down.
But I'm a mural. But I'm a mural artist. I do wearable art. I've been in this game for over 25 years. I have my own art gallery. I have my own art supply store. I've been maneuvering and hustling art since New York days. I'm from New York City, from Harlem, New York. I've been doing street art out there all my teenage life, hustling T-shirts and sneakers and clothing and everything. And I did a lot of stuff for a lot of hip hop artists, a lot of like Wu Tang and Jungle Brothers, old school folks. I did stuff for Brand Nubians. I did a lot of stuff for Red Alert. You name it, I was in the. If you was in the hood and you was jamming the hip hop, I somewhere along the line I did a T-shirt for you. But I hustled that.
Amazing.
Yeah, I did that, and I've been hustling, just freelancing. I've been freelancing all my life, even when I had a regular job, had a corporate job, making great money. And I decided one day in 2008 to just stop it and do what I love. And I just decided to quit my job and go full throttle. And when I went full throttle, I came out here to Viva Las Vegas and I opened up my first to open up a studio, and then I moved from the studio, opened up the art supply store, and then I thought I was big dogs, and decided to open up an art gallery, and that was an experience opening up an art gallery. And the art gallery that I had, I actually lived over the art gallery. So my store was down, my art gallery was downstairs, and I lived in my apartment was upstairs, and that I thought was the most beautifulest best thing an artist can have, and it wasn't because I got lazy. Being in, working and living in your spot is not the smartest thing you do. It may seem like fun, but it's not. And I got kind of lazy and didn't do my rounds like I usually do and hustle and bustle. But I do a lot of convention shows and stuff like that. So I got kind of lazy and I was like, okay, this is not going to work. So I decided to just do me and open up this regular warehouse and just do a lot of conventions and festivals and stuff like that. So I do a lot of art installations. I do a lot of stuff down here at Las Vegas. I painted a couple of murals practically all over the city, which is a blessing. I didn't think I could, but I did. And I did a lot of, home murals and stuff like that. But I did clothing designing for Steve Aoki. I don't know how much to say, but I just love art and I do street art and I hustle and bustle and I'm just glad to be here and not too much of a talker, but I appreciate y'all. Oh, you got my little girls up there. Yay!
Hey, there it is. The
That's
magic
some of my
of
art right
hats.
there.
Yeah.
That's some of my street art. And I do fine art too. If you see back here, I do this kind of type of stuff on that side. I do a lot of street art and I do fine art too. I do a lot of detail work. I probably could bring one over. It's all lined up against my wall over here, but that's me in a nutshell. I don't know. That's one of my other pieces I love. That's my hand painting right there. Um, I love
Wow.
abstract art. I love to have all my art is always feel good art. I always put some type of subliminal message in there, like love, stay happy, breathe, feel good. All my art, I feel like when you see your, I feel like artworks make you feel good when you wake up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? To remind you today is going to be a good day. Today you're going to get by. Today you're going to hold on and and conquer what you need to conquer. So I try to instill that in all my art. All my art is like happy art. I want you to feel good. Basically, just feel good about it. And I always keep a couple of sayings in there, just to keep everybody on their toes and see if they really pay attention to the art, because I always had some type of subliminal message in there of happiness. And people always call me later, like, I didn't know you wrote something in it. And they'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, I love it. I love it. And that piece is actually a mural that I turned into a cartoon. I did that at the YMCA for the kids. And I just turned the background and everything to some digital art. So that's me in a nutshell. You can ask me anything. I love to paint and
Wow.
draw.
That is amazing. Yeah, welcome to our HAPS community. Thank you so much for that introduction. It sounds like you have an incredible background and are super talented, just like everyone else up here on screen. Would love to come back and ask some questions of the group here. But first, for those who may not be familiar, let's just make sure everyone else has a chance to introduce themselves as well. We'll continue with that before questions. Bobby, I think you brought on Tanya and introduced her to HAPS. Is that correct?
Yes, she did.
Amazing. Bobby, tell us a little bit about yourself for those who may not know who you are. How would you introduce yourself? Oh, I think you're muted. Hold on one sec.
I like this when I'm muted and I continue talking for 5 minutes. Then
like that's the quietest I've ever seen Bobby after I asked her a question.
That's the most I've been muted, Anyway, no, I'm an artist based, multidimensional artist based in London, and I'm here in my studio with my beautiful green screen on the back with a lovely background. But yeah, I paint on almost everything from fabrics to walls to wood, you name it, I do it all. And I do mixed media, oils, acrylics, drawings. I love fabric painting, I love fashion, and I also do makeup and body painting, but that is a whole different kind of thing. I haven't done that yet on HAPS, but I want to grow the beauty community here as much as I want to grow the artist community. So yeah, now I am getting all the artists from the Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces and all that stuff to come join. Then I'm gonna get the beauty industry experts to come join HAPS so they can give advice and showcase their work as this amazing artist. I did bring Petula here on an interview, which is a 5-time Emmy Award winner and a personal makeup artist. But yeah, and I love HAPS. I do live streaming for the last 6 years. I was previously on Periscope. And I love the interaction. I love my community, and everybody comments on my community because they are the best. You guys are. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I love kind of building relationships. It's not about how many people are at a certain time in a broadcast. For me, is how many connections am I making? Am I touching the people that are in my broadcast? Are they being like, letting go of some of their stress during the day and just easing, watching some art and or painting along, listening to some chill music. So I kind of that's how I set up my program, and kind of came up with this idea to grow the artist community and all the creatives, not just fine artists, digital artists, VR artists, which we have CS Murphy, is that bomb, yeah. But yeah, and and I thought we come up with like an artist show, like Hub's artist kind of thing, and we collaborate with each other because I believe a lot in collaboration, no matter what industry you are on. And I've given ideas to other musicians to do that, and I've invited even musicians, any creatives, to showcase their work and what they do, their talents. And while we come together, the bonus of that is that if you not having that energy at anytime, like, oh, you can't paint or what have you, and you're feeling down, as soon as you go join another artist, like Michelle was commenting one day, oh my god, she said, like, now I want to paint. And then she joined out of the blue because I was painting with Frenchy Lily, and then you get inspired. So the artist gets that vibe as well, and we feed off of each other's energy. And yeah, so I get inspired. Like when I had CS Murphy, we were doing the artist show together. I kept forgetting to paint because I'm always mind blown by what he does. And I'm like, there, it took me forever. We were on for 3 hours and I was just going to do like an hour show. 3 hours later, and when I see, I'm like, oh my God, we've been 3 hours. We just keep chatting, but most of the time was me staring at his creation. So is just beautiful to kind of collaborate and do that. And also I do, besides the artist show, like to do a coffee chat. I have a coffee chat with Bobby, and I bring people from all the industries in a laid back kind of setting, and I interview them. So I introduce them to my community. I think of people that add value, and Hub's community will find them interesting. So I just bring them over to my coffee chat show and interview them. So next would be you and Pablo as well, and Drew. I have you on the list.
Honored. Yeah. Thank you so much, Bobby.
That's all about me.
Yeah. No, we're thrilled to have you with us here on this amazing panel. CS, you're up. Introduce yourself, and to those who are new to HAPS, what can they expect when they tune in to see some of your broadcasts?
Complete and utter mayhem.
What flavor of mayhem, though?
Well, it's a more of an eye candy variety, if you will. Mayhem for your eyes to see, not necessarily to trouble you in any way, shape, or form. But thank you for having me on here, you guys. For those that are new, my name is CS Murphy. I do art, character design, 3D, and over the past 4 years, virtual reality. So basically, I enjoy creating characters. If you guys aren't aware, feel free to follow me. I have, I just did a character design over the past couple of days. I like cute and cuddly critters that have large teeth, multiple eyes, things like that. But then over the past 4 years, I've also enjoyed taking those 2D concepts and exploring them in 3D. So I've been actually cataloging my characters and seeing which ones are I think good enough in my eye to actually turn into 3D models. So that helps me kind of develop my portfolio. It also expands my skill set as an artist. And so that's basically what I do in a nutshell. I don't really have all that much to say other than 2D, 3D, VR, and everything art. I also paint as well. I'm getting into augmented reality. I just took a painting of mine recently and turned it into like a infinity mirror, which was pretty interesting. So I'm taking pictures of actual traditional media and manipulating it in the third dimension in 3D programs, and then also sending people invites to view that on their phones to see a different shape and a different life in the art that I've already created. So I feel very fortunate to be alive and creating in this day and age, because it seems that every couple of weeks our opportunities to make money in the digital age is exponentially getting more available. You know, that with cryptocurrency and the whole crypto art thing that everyone's all over as well. So I'm exploring those features as well. So that's pretty much me.
Yeah. Wow. Great overview. You have some amazing work that you've done in real time on HAPS in many dimensions. You're pushing kind of the technological boundaries and frontiers. Definitely wanted to ask about NFTs and things like this eventually. Yeah, I think that we'll toss it to Michelle as well for last introduction. Then I have a series of questions and kind of just want to have a dynamic conversation about kind of the state of industry and some best practices and things. Michelle, sorry, I think you're muted. I got you. Oh.
Bobby, you and I need to do a muted art broadcast and blow everybody's minds, because we love to talk on here. But I know that honestly, social media has turned me into a talkative person, and I love that. That ability to actually draw and do painting while interacting live with viewers. So that to me is digital art, the performance art aspect of being live. Listening to musicians like I'm doing with Carrie now once a week, where I'm drawing, they're painting live while I'm listening to music. And I have this thing with chromesthesia. But anyway, hi, I'm Michelle Alexander, Native Graffiti, for those who don't know me. I am probably, I thought about this the other day. I have been doing art for 51 years. That's how long I've been doing art. So I'm from that sort of traditional sense. I grew up with my mother is Czechoslovakian, my dad is Native American. So I see myself as bridging cultures. I see myself as bridging gaps from my heritage to the present day. So I love that dichotomy. I love that push and pull in my own artwork of telling people's stories. And since I grew up with a portrait artist, I'm a portrait artist as well. I didn't start that way, actually. I did a lot of stuff hands-on. And so I'm really keyed into the fact that we as Native people have a lot of craft and things that we do with our hands, and that's always been so important to me. And then as a teacher and instructor of art myself, at times, and my twin brother could, key in on this one, we often talk about how there's no shortcuts to mastery, no matter what it is. And digital art, I know you're going to get into this later, but digital art is just a tool like anything else. So that background story of where you're coming from, who you are, the story you have to tell. I love that there's a mural artist on here. I mean, my first public art piece was with my twin brother doing a mural because we were getting in trouble doing graffiti, and our art teacher at the time said, "You know what, guys? There's a way you could do that, right?" And we did a mural for a school, and I was like, wait, we can get paid for this? And people like what we do? Okay, I think I'm onto this art thing. I think I could look at this as an actual thing. So we used to, just do little, NIVE, this is Indian land and all this kind of stuff, because, we're trying to we're Native and we want to have our message out there. And it's like, well, we found another way. And so going through the steps of education, whether it's whether it's online, whether it's through the college format, or even just finding some people that you admire, studying what they do and taking that time to learn those skills. I mean, personally, I love that the digital age can create so many shortcuts. When I say shortcuts, I mean collaboration, like what Bobby was talking about. We are doing things in the last 5 or 6 years here online now with this live streaming and getting to meet each other and seeing each other and inspired by each other that would have taken us years to get to meet the right people, talk to them, see what they're doing in their studio. And I'm literally new to the digital age. I'm telling you, I've been doing art for 51 years and I'm new to this. This is new to me. So I like new. A lot of artists like to explore the new. CNCS prior to doing VR and CNCS now is incredible. So I love watching that journey online and seeing him do what he does, to me, is an art in itself, performing in VR for all of us to see. Yeah, that's the piece that I did. I decided to go with my own self-portrait because I have this standard that, you know, call me old school if you want to, but I literally felt like, okay, there's an app that can replace me, right? You get this sort of like, oh God, Instagram, it's all photorealism. It's all like, you know, apps and things. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's what they said about photography back in the day to replace painting. Did it replace painting? It didn't replace painting. So I started to manipulate my own images and figure out what I wanted to do. And it's a great tool. It's exceptionally great. There's things I can do that I couldn't do before 5 years ago. With studying of the human anatomy, seeing that in virtual reality, turning and twisting, you know, because I can't afford a model or I don't get to see them. And now, like you said, with COVID, I'm going to segue, with COVID, it's blowing my mind. I'm literally going to, on Thursday night for the first time, have a digital download of my art. I'm so excited. I know I'm a little late to the party, but I love that I can have these tools available to me. So I'm just excited about that.
Right on.
Wonderful to have you here in our community. You know, thank you so much for being a part of this vibrant group of creatives. And we have with us from the comments, Gemma. Welcome. How are you doing?
Hi, Gemma.
Hi, Gemma.
I'm all right.
Can you hear us? You're a little soft. The audio is coming in low.
I don't know. I'm improvising with stands and duct tape.
We can hear you.
Okay, cool.
We can hear you now.
I've
Great.
literally got my iPad duct taped to something and I daren't touch it.
That sounds like a abstract art right there. Well, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your craft and your background while we have you here. Thank you for making time to come join us on screen.
Okay. So yeah, I've been drawing for around, what do you think? I think about 20 years. Originally just used it as a bit of an escape for myself. Never actually thought I'd share it with anyone. Started doing it on YouTube about 8 years ago. And then on Periscope. Because of how my hands are at the moment, I've been doing a lot of digital art. But I do like painting on canvas, material on pottery, things like that. Literally anything that can be drawn or painted on. If it stands still long enough, then I'll paint it. I'm good. But yeah, that's about it.
That's great. Really cool. I would encourage everyone to share their portfolio here in the comments. Share your website, and we will. Oh, looks like Pablo behind the scenes is putting up some illustrations here. Very cool. We are able to, since you're all directors, upload images directly as well into this studio to show. And so that's what Bobby and others have done for folks, which is really cool. So know that there's that ability, which is really helpful. But let's just kind of start with a question or two. First of all, we have with us another new HAPS member, a incredible musician who just joined us, different type of artist, but very welcome on screen with us. Thank you, Will, for coming to join us.
Yeah, thank you. This is exciting. Am I meant to be on screen?
Hi,
Hey,
Will.
that's dope.
You are.
I'm just
Hello.
okay.
Just here in the comments, Gemma's here. So we have with us a group of very talented visual artists here, and the topic is very relevant to those from other backgrounds too, in terms of music, etc. We're talking about, going digital and what that means to you. And I guess my first question is, how has that transition, particularly, with the pandemic, impacted the way that you create and the way that you, support yourself in your business? And so I just want to float that, and would be really interested to hear if anyone wants to volunteer to chat first about that.
I'll start it off. I'll be the guinea pig. I'll be the
Rock.
guinea pig. The digital, you know what? This whole 2020 has been a hell of a year for me. It's been a eye opener and a whole transition and everything. I was injured in 2020 of May 8th. May 8th on Women's Day, I was injured really bad, and I had to be like all through the COVID. I was healing, you know, and me sitting there healing took me for a loop because I had, besides COVID locking everything down, my health, you know, and my injury locked me down also. So it kind of limited me. For me, like I'm a muralist and I'm always out and about and doing and running around. I had to really put everything legitly online. You know what I'm saying? I already had an online store, so that was okay, but it wasn't like a legit online. If you don't do it correctly and smartly and everything. So I had to really revamp everything, you know. And one thing I'm blessed that I said I did was with all my paintings, I switched every painting I do. I usually transform it into digital art because I want all my paintings to be one of one and original. So when that person gets it, they don't have to worry about somebody else having it. I always think of everything uniquely with the clothing, with everything I do. So with the transforming it over to digital, doing that over for the years kind of helped me out during the COVID because I had everything on my computer. I had, you know, images already revamped and everything. So it's easy to trans that into like t-shirts or, you know, pillows or whatever the heck the case may be. It had me be aware of how should I say, of being more on point, you know, with the digital world. Now living in this new NFT world and
Oh, did we lose Tanya for a sec? You're
I think
back.
you lost me for a second. Sorry about that. Back.
No worries.
Sorry guys.
Oh, did you hear? Last thing
being,
I heard was NFTs.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, here.
Yes.
I feel like I'm on
I
a
can hear you.
Sprint commercial. Yeah. So changing everything over to digital was a blessing, like I was saying. I think it kind of helped me transition into this real deep digital world, and being online already, you have to adapt to that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm old school too. I've been in this art game for over 25 years, and transitioning to the digital platform is, I think, the smartest thing you could possibly do if you want to get your art career on, because this is with 2021 now. Excuse me, with 2021 now being so tech and beyond, you have to jump on that bandwagon.
Doe says we can blame Peter's Wi-Fi as always. I swear, guys, this is not my fault. For once.
Oh, we blaming you, dude. We blaming you.
Is it too early in the day for a drinking game? Fiber optic. Oh,
man.
I love you. I love you, Peter.
Supposedly,
I think
this is the new place with fiber optics, but
there we go. There we go. Drink.
Show you the speed test.
Okay, Pablo, do you mean we have to refresh, or everybody in the room has to refresh?
No, it's okay.
I just refreshed it. I'm fine, so I don't know about anyone else. But can I follow up on that, because
yes,
I'm gonna have to like take off here in a few minutes, so someone else can step up in this spot. But because there's so many great artists in this community, I don't want to Anyway, Tanya, Michelle, I mean, totally get that, because literally I have a mural sitting back in Mount Pleasant that's undone because it was right in the middle of COVID, and I don't know when I'm going to get back to it. I honestly just feel like I don't remember what I don't have my sketches anywhere. I'm like, what was my first idea? It's been a year now.
I have that one. I have a building sitting downtown.
Yeah, but it is a blessing in disguise. I totally agree with you. Like, literally, I should have gone digital years ago. I'm more digital than even my twin brother, whose entire business and job is to do art, teach art, go to conventions. He goes to a lot of Fantasticon, Comic Cons, all of that kind of stuff. And so he and I are used to doing stuff in person. getting commissions as a portrait artist, you do that in person.
Mhm.
And I've never had want for work. I have been a full-time chef because I didn't want to be a starving artist. I always joke about that, but I love being a chef, that artistic part of me. I mean, I just love it. That, to me, I can't be an artist without being a chef, because to me, they both enhance each other so much, because I feel like I'm a performance artist. I really do. I feel like when I do a mural, when I do a painting, when I'm doing someone's portrait, it really is like the act itself is part of the performance. And again, like I said, the digital age should be our tool to help us do what it is that we already have, like what your purpose is, why you're doing the art you're doing, why you love it so much. It's just another aspect. And I know also in my community as a Native American, there's a huge digital divide in education, having the right tools, having the knowledge, having the right teachers to show you how to do what you got to do. I mean, I think I grew up, again, almost like in this sort of Renaissance way, where I had my mother as my first instructor. And, you know, back in the day, artists had these guilds, right? And you were an apprentice. I feel like I had an apprenticeship because of my culture, on my dad's side, learning things that way from my elders. And then, you know, just trying to transfer all of that. It's kind of like, I always looked at the digital age. I've always been an earlier adopter at one point, but at the other side of it, it's like I'm still doing that thing that I've always loved doing, which is connecting with people in real life in that context in a market. So this has challenged me to say, you know, you might not be getting back to that chef job anytime soon. So you might just want to focus your energies. And literally, seriously, guys, I think I'm not just saying this because it's Haps, but it's just been part of my journey, because I was on Periscope for 5 years doing this thing, saying like, wow, people actually out there that I don't really know, I'm getting to know, and they're getting to know my artwork. They're getting to know me through my artwork. That's different than what I'm used to, going to the farmer's market or a convention or whatever it is that I'm doing. And so I thought, okay, there's something to this. There's something to what I'm doing that speaks to people. I'm literally amazed that more than 3 people will watch me at a time, honestly. So it's never been about the numbers. It's been about connecting with people and having something to say, having something to offer, but also getting that feedback. Oh my God. Like I cannot thank C.S. Murphy and Bobby. You two are the ones on this panel that I know the most. I can't thank you for how much people like you and Amrit Singh inspired, you know, little old me up from the border of Canada, out in the rural community, you know, to come out of my shell and to, you know, basically showcase my stuff to the world, because I see people like you doing that alive. And then when Periscope is kind of like in this way where it's shutting down, it's like, where were we going to go? What am I going to do? Well, maybe this live streaming thing is coming to an end for me. Oh, well, I'm just going to have to figure something else out. And then Haps comes along and just blows my mind. So again, I can't thank you guys enough, because I'm like re-energized into this idea. Just like with COVID, you know, you can always take a bad thing and flip it over like a stone and see the good side of it. And the good side of it for me is that I'm doing things I should have been doing. Procrastination over. I am definitely drawing people's portraits now in a way I've never done before. People I wouldn't have access to normally. And thank you for keeping that. That is literally like my first experiment. And people like that more than the painting I actually used that for as a study. So I really love that we have these tools available. And there's no greater tool than the resources we all are as human beings. So, I mean, you just can't replace that. I love it.
I like that.
So I'm gonna check out. Having said that, because I was gonna do a great sunset scope so I can have broadcast of the week. Just kidding. No, the sun is going down here in Cleveland. It's starting to get cold, and I only have like a limited amount of time out here.
Don't freeze out there for us. That's
no. I'm loving it. I'm from Canada. This isn't cold. All right. Yeah.
I'm in New York. I get it.
Thank you so much. And it's so nice meeting you, Tanya. I'm gonna
We're gonna see each other more.
We're gonna subscribe.
And you're a muralist. You're a muralist.
Yeah.
And you do street art. And I do graffiti too. So
And you know what they're doing with AR and interactive stuff with murals is incredible. I can't wait to see how we can maybe transcend what we do, you know, and get that kind of next level stuff. But I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bama Pimi Wakwabans. We will see you again. Bye.
Nice meeting you.
Hang
Thanks
up the phone.
for joining us. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys have a great day.
You too. Thanks, Michelle. Awesome.
Oh,
Will,
man,
I would love.
I kept saying goodbye, Michelle, and I was muted again.
Oh, no. Screaming into the abyss of the muted mic. Yeah, there needs to be some sort of project on that. Will, just want to say, I just want to allow you to introduce yourself a little bit to the community here and answer how you've been making the transition with the pandemic, as well as musical performing artist. We caught your recent broadcast. Incredible talent. Just, really amazing. Thank you for being here.
Oh, well, thank you for inviting me. This is great. I mean, I've literally, 15 minutes ago, finished my first ever stream on Haps. I think I started with Periscope about 3 years ago. I was very off and on with that. I think that's partly because I've got other commitments and things. I kind of had regular viewers, but it never like really built into something I was doing weekly. But Haps has come around just at the right time for me. I know that with the lockdown, what happened, at least here, and I'm sure a lot of places, for musicians, is all the venues closed, and so everyone poured onto social media and streaming sites. All at once, and you kind of, you couldn't get noticed. There was so many people who'd never done streaming before, never done live concerts online, or even put up YouTube videos. They were all pouring in at once. So it became really saturated. And so, seeing Haps come up as this brand new thing, I think Periscope said it was leaving, and I thought, oh, well, that's, where's the exposure coming from? So for me, Haps came up, I noticed it like several months ago, and it's been on my to-do list to get on here and see what it is. It's quite a steep learning curve for me, because I did some live streaming before, but it's not the main thing I do. I tend to record and release music. But yeah, really excited to get started in here, and I really appreciate the opportunity. The other thing I was thinking about lockdown is that it's given me a chance to promote kind of digital merchandise. So I put my tabs out, my guitar tabs, my sheet music, up on Bandcamp, and that's the thing that's been on my to-do list for about 5 years, and I just haven't got round to it. And finally, I've been at home and I haven't been able to do anything, and so I've just sat on my laptop and pretty much written out everything I've ever recorded or written, and put it all up. No one's bought it, but it's there, and I'm just excited to kind of start promoting things that I've only just been able to do for the first time in years.
That's awesome. We may put you on the spot and ask you to perform if you're willing at some point on this broadcast. If you want
that would be great. I mean, it's 11:15 at night here, and I got 3 kids asleep upstairs, so I don't know how long I can hang around. But yeah, that would be
would
amazing.
you like to play something now for the community here watching, or we can always have you back? We're a platform, so we're always here for you.
I'm right here. if
cool.
That's what people want.
Let's do it.
Seeing as my kids are in bed, I mean, some of you guys would have just heard this tune because I just did this on my first live stream. But I'm going to play something that's very lullaby-like because it's nighttime here. My kids are asleep. I'm not going to do all the kind of tapping stuff that I sometimes do. This is called Journey to the Stars, and it was meant to be a kind of lullaby little melody that goes like this. Little abridged version for you.
Wow.
Awesome.
Thank
Amazing.
you very much.
Good
I'm
stuff.
about ready to get the lighters out. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. That was
No worries, no
I
worries.
feel
My kids,
centered now.
I only get the chance to write when my kids are asleep. When they're up, there's no chance. So yeah, my music tends to come out really chilled, really kind of keep the kids asleep. You know.
Right. No, that makes total sense. Yeah, very soothing. Lots of positive comments here with us. Wow. Well, thanks for that. And we'd love to invite you back to a musician-centric one as well at some point. We have lots of these broadcaster roundtables hosted by the Half-Branded account, but also there's always conversations going on and meetups, people launching shows to have on other artists, musicians, etc. So lots of ways to get plugged in, but reminder to just subscribe to everyone on screen and in the comments right now if you haven't already. That's a great way to connect and get notified of when they go live so you don't miss anything. Thanks. With that, I just want to switch gears back a little bit. I need to wake myself up because I got into a little bit of a mood there, which was awesome. But I want to bring the energy up a little bit and ask CS and Bobby kind of the first question that we started with too, which is, how did you all navigate this rapid acceleration towards digital, right? To Will's point, with musicians, obviously there's a saturation of live streaming. Did you see that in the space for visual artists as well? Bobby, I'll throw it to you, and then CS.
Oh, okay, it's me. I'm not muted. I was just checking because
Nope,
I
not
thought I'm going
muted.
to start the whole conversation. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I love being live all the time and kind of getting my work out there. I think currently it's the best timing to be digital within pandemic, and you have more time to kind of follow your passions if you were even just interested in art. And the latest craze is the NFT, so I'm kind of doing a little bit of exploring in that route. And I like to test lots of things, but being on like live streaming, doing every night almost art tutorials, and being in the public eye out there, it has brought me a lot of, well, good things to be exact, because I have I have showcased my work to the wider audience. I have had brands contact me. So if you are thinking of doing branded content as well, and monetizing is the best here on Hubs as well for us artists, because I mean, yes, we will get commissions and all that, but getting a bit of support from community is always good as well. So, but in my view, self-promotion is the best promotion, and being on online, I mean, no matter where you are, which platform you use, but I would suggest you all come on Hubs, because it's free, first of all, multi-streaming platform. You'll be seen, your work will be seen everywhere on all your other social media platforms, okay? And you will grow your community. You'll get commissions. You never know who is looking. So always keep that in mind, that whenever you broadcast, you are representing yourself, you are representing your brand. Thank you for showing some of my work there, Pablo. But yeah, and you have to be mindful all the time. So it's not like, for me, because I've done it for so long, I like kind of, I've moved on a little bit, and now I am looking more into the collaborations and elevating other artists, because I have built that community and I have that platform to help others. I did work hard for 6 years to get here, but now it's time to kind of, share a bit of that success with others. And yeah, I kind of, I can't think of myself not being on social media pretty much, and not being there. I don't know if you showed all of them there, Pablo. He's getting confused. But yeah, I just love social media, and I love being all the time, like, social, and showcasing my work, and people can follow my journey. People can connect with me, know more about me, ask one-on-one questions, which is the best way to do. Because when people buy art, they would buy into the artist as well. It's just liking the artwork. So if they connect with you, what's the best way, as you sharing your story, your journey, and people connecting with the artist and say, hey, I like this artist. Even your art might not be that great in the beginning of your journey, people will be there to support you. Okay, so never be scared, like, oh, I'm not good enough or anything like that. Just grab your pencils and grab your paints and paint. Anybody can paint, I repeat that. And yeah, I urge you all to join Hubs and come here, join the artist community, because the creative community is awesome, and we do a lot of these artist shows that we all get together and paint along, and sometimes we have musicians come along and they sing. So I'd love Will to join one day, and probably he can play his guitar, and a couple of artists can paint along, and that would be awesome. Oh, Peter has gone all yellow. What happened?
I'm back. Sorry, that was, I think I turned on a filter by accident. Anyway, I think I'm here.
Okay.
Right on. Thanks for that, Bobby. Yeah, so great to have you here. Please, everyone on screen, share links to your portfolio sites. Again, we are trying our best to make sure we show some visuals for each of your work here on screen, but plug it here and make sure that people can discover and find your portfolios. With that, CS, I will come to you for that same question of navigating this rapid digital kind of transformation. That's I read something that said experts are saying that within the past 12 months, the U.S. economy in particular has moved 5 years ahead towards this digital transformation that was predicted. Wondering how has that been going for you and your craft? You're really on the frontier, in terms of VR and 3D and augmented reality. And I'm just wondering, how has it been for you?
It's, man, if I saw it on a graph, it would be all over the place. But when we first all found out that everyone is grounded and we had to wear masks and we had to stay home for 2 weeks to slow the spread, everyone was, losing their rational minds. Like, what am I going to do for 2 weeks? Oh my God, my kids are at home. I get it. Like, there's like a lot of like things that, tossed and turned. But for myself personally, as an artist, there were so many memes that were released that first week. It's like, you have to stay home and actually, just be creative or find your function as a person. And not too many people know that, about themselves. They're working in an a job that doesn't serve their creativity or what they're really excited about. So I really feel that when the lockdown first started, it was really advantageous for those that like being isolated and creating anyways, like myself. I enjoy solitude. I enjoy creating art. So when I found out that everyone was, stuck at home doing this, I was like, all right, well, that's just a no thing to me, because that's all I do anyways, is create art and form function in my studio and help, um, you know, clients find their visions and stuff like that. So it didn't really affect me much in that sense, but the first couple of months, I lost about 5 jobs because the studios obviously didn't have in-house artists in a brick and mortar studio. Everything was kind of done at home. As long as you had a functioning studio, you were employed. So that kind of hit me hard because I lost about 5 jobs in April. And the things that I was kind of thinking of as being like, okay, this is going to take care of that, this is going to take care of that, all of a sudden dismantled in my head. And I'm like, where am I going to find my source of income from? So much to Will's comments earlier, which were really inspiring, I took the next best step, which was to, beef up my studio, beef up my website, all of my social media stuff, and just to create a presence on there that's always there, at least every other day. Right. So creating art every day. This is aside from metrics. I don't care about metrics, or if I don't post for 3 days that I'm buried in this list of other people that are posting on a daily basis. That's something completely different. But what was more important to me was just exercising my ability to be even a stronger artist that I am today. And when I look back, because we're looking at like a year that we've all been kind of dealing with this pandemic, I look back at where my skill set was a year ago and I look at it today and I'm like, wow, it's vastly different. So there's a lot of things to be very appreciative and humble towards if you really want to take your best self and perpetuate and create something that's worthwhile in your life that will feed you, where you don't have a case of the Mondays when you wake up and you're like, I got to do this for 5 days. And then, oh, thank God it's Friday. And then 2 days. And then, when you're doing that, you like Gary Vee says, if anybody follows Gary Vee, he's an amazing entrepreneur, but he's a little crass and he's got a vulgar potty mouth, but he has a very straight sensibility. And that is, if you're thinking like that, then you're doing yourself a disservice by living in a 9-to-5 thing and hoping that Friday comes tomorrow and you're dreading Mondays. What kind of existence is that? So I found it very just in my own exploration from the pandemic, seeing like, how can I present myself in the best way possible, and live streaming, just getting on Haps here, knowing that Periscope is leaving this month at the end, kind of also puts a little pep in your step, because you're like, oh man, I've got all these followers, I've got all these people that really appreciate what I do. Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to feed these guys my creativity? Where are we going to go? Right? So what's the answer? It's here, which is Haps. Haps is awesome. If you guys are watching from other networks, I strongly invite you, and I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir here, get on here, because it's an amazing culture of people. It's not your everyday run-of-the-mill social media live streaming network where people just want you here to be on a demographic. Pete, Pablo, Mark, everybody's jumping on, they're appreciating each other, they're supporting everybody. And, what a great time a year later to be part of a very healthy community of creators and journalists and activists that support each other. So I guess that's all I would say about that.
Oh, thanks, CS. For the record, we did not pay CS to say those nice things about us, but we're flattered. No, we're really excited to have you all here with us. We have just a few minutes left. I encourage an after party, though, and a migration. So I don't know if anyone wants to host that after this wraps up, but we're happy to toss the baton over, so to speak. I think that, it's been, in terms of, the Haps platform side, a really transformative last few months for us as the Periscope community has come on and really just kind of inspired us to make, product changes, to up our game for every single aspect of our platform, ranging from, things like the basic app user experience and functionality to, our monetization system, things like, latency in comments, like things, for multiple devices per stream. I mean, we've really pushed the boundaries here, and we're just at the beginning of this journey, which is the very exciting part, I think, of all of this, is that we have a lot more things up our sleeve. We actually have a really exciting announcement tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time that is shrouded in mystery. It will be a surprise, but don't miss it. Please tune in. We will have a broadcast to plug that really exciting announcement right then on this account for HAPS. So we have just a few minutes left. I want everyone to be able to just say a final word or two here. I think this panel with so many people should be several hours long. I wish I had enough time to be able to accommodate that, but I hope you do continue these conversations. So I will invite Gemma. We haven't heard from you as much. I would love for you to tell us a little bit about some of what you're up to. Please, everyone, again, share your portfolios and tell us maybe what you're working on right now and how people can discover your stuff. Maybe that's a good way to bring things to a close here. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is this skull yours on screen here, Gemma?
Yeah, I did that live last week.
Oh, wow. And is that Foamy Homie? Foamy says she wants to draw her. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna do him as well.
That's amazing.
The dog is the one that I did for Doug. I just randomly went and stalked people's profiles and pictures.
Wow, hyper realistic.
Because I had to do every hair separately.
Wow, that's amazing. That looks like Marley. Is that Pablo's dog? One of the HAPS too? That's so cool. Wow.
It's a lot easier for me to do it digitally at the moment because not only can I don't have to put the pressure through with my hands because I'm not too clever at the moment, but I can just send it to someone really quickly and really easily as well. So it's a lot easier for me to do it like that. But I do, when I get the setup, want to be able to do it on different materials. Maybe back to painting and stuff, but it would help when I've not got the distraction from a child running around and stuff.
Right. Where can people
very much more at school?
Where can people find more of your work? I saw, was it an Instagram link here earlier that Kim or someone shared? Is that the best spot for people to discover?
But yeah, like most of my work's on Instagram. It's the same name everywhere.
Awesome.
I wish I could move that. Yeah, it's on Instagram. I've got some of it on Twitter. But yeah, I have a hard time selling myself, so I'm working on it.
Hey, you're up here. You're being brave. You're getting in
I
front
can
of
sell Gemma a little bit. I want to
Please
kind
do.
of
She needs some help
yes.
here.
Please. Let me just sell Gemma, okay? Because she never asks for help, okay? And she's going through a lot. I mean, I do not want to share too much because I haven't gotten permission to share her story, but trust me, she's going through so much at the moment, difficult times. So I personally would ask you guys to go anytime you see Gemma live and support this lady, because any help you give, like commission her for work, any like help you give Gemma, it will be much appreciated. She never asks for help. She never, raises her voice, even when people do like giveaways and things like that, or we're raising money. I think we should do one for Gemma pretty soon, because I know that she will be in need of that. But yeah, support her, tap those awards on Gemma's broadcast and share her broadcast and commission her for some work, because any work you'll commission, it will be like, I know that Gemma will appreciate, but she's an amazing artist and a part of our artist community here on Apps. And yeah, just share and show some love. But Gemma, you're awesome, Gemma.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, she's amazing. Can I just add a couple of like maybe quick 5 seconds? The way you render fur and everything, I've just did a blue little critter, and one of the most difficult things to do as an artist is rendering hair, and you did that in such a way that it looks like a black and white photograph of the dog that you're drawing. It's just truly incredible. You have a really great eye for composition, for light, full tonal values. It's truly breathtaking, and it's really great to have you on here for sure.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely hyper realistic. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is breathtaking.
I-
Happy to have you. Oh, go ahead, Tanya. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I wanted to say your detail and the hair on it is just amazing. You're a very talented young lady. I gotta admit it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I urged her to share her story because I'm telling you, there is not going to be any dried eyes in this app if Gemma ever decides to share her story and what she goes through on daily basis. And even through all of that, she still comes on and does her broadcasts and, shares, gets like 5 minutes of her day even, whenever she can. But yeah, it's us being there and supporting would be really cool and will mean a lot, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great job. Love how everyone's lifting each other up. That's awesome. Would love for folks to just put in a quick word for how folks can discover them and follow their work and get in touch for things like gigs. Yeah. Tanya, maybe I'll put you on the spot here again before we sign off, and we'll go around to everyone.
I didn't hear the question. The kind of blinked in and out. What you said? What's the question again?
Can you tell people where to discover you and find your work and reach out?
Yeah, like I said, I am a muralist and a graphic designer, illustrator, and I do wearable art for clothing. I am on Instagram at Miss Create is Art. I am also on Twitter as Miss Create Merch. I am uploading a brand new store to go with my little haps. And I am going to be on haps from now on, broadcasting some urban street dope shit. Oh, excuse me, no cursing.
Hey, you can
creating some fun, unique, different type of a little R&B hip hop vibe, bringing some black love to y'all. This little street little girl here to have some fun with y'all. So y'all come and join me. Interact. Bobby's my girl. She's a blessing in disguise. That's my mentor over there. She's teaching me everything I know about haps, and I just want to be great like her. So find me on my website is Miss Create, MISCREA, misscreate.com. My company is called Little Art Bodega. That's LILARTBODGA.com, where I have all my mural services, and I'm an all-female company. My whole company, as far as my mural services, is all females. So you gotta do the damn thing. Let's Women's Month. So thank y'all for having me. Peter, I appreciate you. I hope to speak to you more. I just appreciate all your artists. You're all wonderful. And sir, your guitar playing was mostly beautiful. It's like melody. I appreciate that. That's something I could paint and draw too. So anytime you want to come on my channel and paint and draw, I'll draw, and you can play the music, and we can have some fun. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. Yeah,
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all of you. I can't wait to really experience even more with y'all. So thanks for putting me on. I'm the newbie one, and I'm dropping the mic. Go on.
Right on.
You did awesome, girl.
So glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bobby, where can folks find your work and get in touch? What's the best way?
Well, my artist website is currently being done, but I do have my makeup and body painting website, which I'm not sharing that much, but it's valbonabikerart.com. On Instagram, I'm on Instagram at Bobby Becker, which I don't share that much. But hey, guys, I am exclusively on Hubs TV. That's where you find all my stuff. So if you want to find me, that's where you find me. I am nowhere else. Okay, so I will do a virtual exhibition right here because now I got my new setup, and every now and again I'm gonna take one day and maybe like a couple of hours, and I'm gonna showcase my work. That's my body painting that I won in UK. Came first ever body painting I did. came best solo. I won in Paintopia.
Wow.
Yeah, that was really cool. This is fabric painting, Naruto, and yes, I do paint cows sometimes. I get hired from brands, and that's my other cow. I've painted few cows in my life. They are life-size cows that I've done just using for artist markers. Uh, but yeah, I am here on Hubs, as I said, until my new website is all done and dusted. But mainly, I work on commission base, so people will either email me info@bobbybecca.com, or they come on Hubs. They just DM me, like one of the Hubs community members commissioned me not long ago. I did a portrait for Bannerman. But yeah, if anybody wants to, I work on budget as well. So say you have a budget to spend, say, certain amount, and you say, hey, what size painting you can do, and then I would give you like that quote, like of the size. So don't be like thinking that artists would be like very expensive. If you are commissioning artists, you are helping, supporting them, and you get in an original art piece, and think about that, how it says, like the word goes, that we are more worth it when we're dead. And you never know, it's like you'll be sitting in millions and millions of dollars right there. So make sure you get some art when we still living, and support us when we are alive so we can eat as well. And yeah, but you get yeah, that's how we do it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I'll toss it to Will and then CS. Will, I think we shared your Spotify site. Let's see.
You
Where else
did,
can
yeah.
people find your work?
It's somewhere in there. So Spotify is definitely where I'm most active. You can just head in there and type in Will Moore and you'll find me, Moore. I'm just going to send my YouTube link as well. Generally, I mean, I kind of do bits and pieces all over the place. So best thing is just to Google Will Moore guitar as one word, and it will bring up my Instagram and my YouTube and my Spotify probably all at once. Can I just say as well, about 3 hours ago, I was not very successfully trying to record a video for YouTube, and my night was dwindling away. And then I thought, let's just hop on Haps. And I did my first live broadcast here, and then got invited to this, and my evening has totally changed. So thank you so much for inviting me. It's great.
Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, our pleasure. Welcome. And everyone subscribe to Will and everyone else here on this screen. But yes, please do be able to get their notifications. Super important. And Jane Sarami says we need a message center. Yes, we do. Eventually, it is on our list to have something like that to facilitate more direct connections. For now, subscribe to everyone, and yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a lobby where we can all just hang and chat to each other, and then we can message each other, like a DM, but for everybody. We can just that would be like a cool place, like the hangout kind of room.
Yeah, no, we love it, and we're still iterating. We're in beta. We love these suggestions. So, yeah, thanks for that. So yes, where can people find you before we sign off for today?
Yeah, two of the most kind of frequent places I put my artwork is on my Instagram. That can be seen at CS Murphy Art. I just put a post up there. So CS Murphy Art, and then also my website, which is csmurphy.com. It's in the comments. I posted it there a couple of times, and that's where you can find most of my creations. And I want to thank Pablo and Peter for this platform to speak with you guys and to meet a bunch of new artists. Tanya, welcome to Haps. Will, welcome to Haps. Congrats on getting like over 100,000 views or listens on Spotify. That's absolutely amazing. When I saw your link go up there, I'm like, whoa, this guy's serious.
Thank you.
So right on, man. Good. Congrats on your success in such a challenging time for all of us. So thanks again.
Amazing. Such talent here. Every single one of you. Just very grateful for joining today and sharing your story and sharing some, of the ways that you've been navigating this incredible time we're in. And hope to see you all back on Haps soon. And who's having the after party?
I can have the after party. I'm always open for parties.
I'm still in the learning stage, so I might cut
Yeah,
somebody
because
off.
I missed my normal artist show today, so probably to make up. And last night I had a migraine, so I did not go live. But to make up for missing, because I know people keep DMing me, where did you go? It's like funny. Even one day to miss from hubs, I keep getting messages. But yeah, if you guys want, head over to the after party and we celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We have like another 15 minutes of it in UK.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, it's St. Patrick's Day, so happy St. Patrick's Day, guys.
Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Have a lucky 2021, right? Because it's
We all
Totally. Yes. Thank everyone, and have a wonderful evening, afternoon, whatever time it is there for you. Hope to see you back on Haps in the comments or on screen soon.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much,
everybody.
Thank
you guys. See you later.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.